Alright, got the heater going. A nice -4 degrees outside. And the 6.5 is somewhat back together. Just gotta figure out the wiring today. Waiting on motor mounts. The small block motor mounts do not work. I also have on order an AC delete because this truck, well, there's going to be no room for basically anything, so I don't need AC. It didn't come with the truck, so I'm just going to go back to Cody and I'll put it on there. I don't know if it's going to work or not because the AC delete is for a gas motor, but I can figure out how to make it work if it doesn't. Got the radiator all cleaned up. Got the 4-speed all cleaned up. I was going to use the manual clutch, but I had a feeling it wasn't going to work, so I get to pull my cork back off and figure out a way to make the hydraulic clutch work. I'm going to take and mount the slave, if I got room, somewhere's in here, kind of like that. Be able to make a bracket off of here and come off somewhere's down here. I don't know where yet, but yeah, I'll be able to make it push it. I took, and right now I got to figure out the wiring, like I said. Pretty much got it all figured out. Buddy Cody let me borrow the 6.2, 6.5, and 7.4 Ford book. Now I'm going to use the factory glow plug controller. It's real simple, really wired up. I didn't think it was going to be this easy. Let's see if this lens is dirty or something. There we go. See if I can make it look any better, but maybe not. No, my camera's not fancy. It doesn't have macro mode like Corvair Wilds. But anyways, you can somewhat see it. Here's the relay, battery, and glow plug's ignition switch. The first one is ground, labeled as E. Post D goes the ignition switch to tell the relay to kick. And the voltage from the glow plugs after the relay kick comes back into the backside of the relay with a timer or something. I'm not sure. I'm right there, but and then B just comes from the starter wire that kicks the starter relay. Very simple. And for my alternator, I'm going to the gas jobby book, but the alternator is usually the same because it's got diesel here. There's a white and a brown wire, or brown and white, I mean. And the brown wire goes to the charging indicator, and and run or start to its on a ignition wire, so that's already into the switch, so I don't have to do any wiring there. And the white wire is diesel only. It runs a tach, which I'm going to try to hook up my aftermarket tach to that wire. And the other two posts are not used, and the main line that goes back to the battery, just like the other alternator, is just bam right there. So that's all I'll be doing today. I have one of the guys on YouTube. Can't remember his screen name, but I'll get it all wired up and show you how it's done. Hopefully it works first time around. So it looks like it might be a yellow wire. I don't know. It's awful dirty. Lots of years being against the diesel, so it doesn't help matters any. I got the exhaust for the downpipe on the turbo, somewhat in place to where it's going to go. It's going to be very tight in here, but I think it'll work. I got to extend this down a little bit, and I got to work out my heater core, my temperature sensor. I got to figure out right where this thing's going to be lined up, because it's not quite lined up right yet. But I might have to put an elbow on this, modify the box a little bit. Not sure just yet, but that should be easy enough. Once I get the motor set in, I can pop it off and rework it and whatnot. I've got the fuel return line put in. You see it right there. I also took and ran, because this was a 72 cab, there was that EVAP thing that was up in here. I modified half of that pipe and made a return spigot into this ending unit. And it goes down out the return hole on the floor. And that's all good to go. Got a new universal joint for that to hook it back up to 4-speed. And yeah, well, you know, I think I'll have room for that clutch. Okay. Cool. So, got a lot of work. We'll be waiting on some parts. So, once I get the motor mounts in and get the transmission in, I can figure out the clutch. But I still got a few days of figuring out wiring and smaller things. I'm pretty sure that my clutch fan's not going to work. It'll be very close, if not hitting around the radiator. So I'll have to do electric fans, which is nothing. I got one fan. I'm going to put 2 on it, and I'm going to get a fan controller. So, oh, I got the throttle hooked up. Everything works. Where's my lead light? Where to put it? Where did I put it? Had it plugged in. There it is. Turns on hard. And there's my throttle. Looks a little funky, but it works. I adjusted it and full throttle. It just barely touches the floor, so that's good. There's my